Today, we are diving into something absolutely profoundly fascinating. We're unpacking a source text called The Architecture of Luminous Healing. And you guys, it presents this beautifully poetic, yet deeply structural premise that the human body isn't just, a random assortment of meat, bone, and chemical reactions. It's literally constructed of light. So let's jump right in and unpack the architecture of our own radiance. Every living cell emits light. Now, the author isn't using this as a metaphor or just some pretty poetic embellishment. They are asking us to view this light as the literal substratum of our biological existence. It's a massive paradigm shift right out of the gate, and it completely sets the stage for everything we're about to explore today. To make sense of these highly abstract metaphysical concepts, we're going to break things down into 4 clear, easily digestible sections today. First, built from light. Second, the mechanisms of visualization. Third, practicing photonic healing. And finally, the cosmic connection. Okay, let's dive into this with Section 1, Built from Light, the body as a luminous temple. The text argues that long before humanity ever built temples to the sun, the human body was already designed as a temple of light. They call this biophotonic emission, which is defined as the coherent and communicative light emitted by every living cell. You can kind of think of us as incredibly complex organic glow sticks. And again, the source emphasizes this isn't a metaphor. This silent electromagnetic radiance is absolutely crucial to maintaining life's intricate symmetries. This leads us directly to a huge paradigm shift championed by Richard Gerber, a key architect of vibrational medicine. You see, traditional medicine generally views disease as a mechanical failure of parts, right? Sort of like a machine breaking down. Vibrational medicine, on the other hand, sees disease as a disruption in our luminous fields. In this framework, healing isn't just about chemicals or surgery. It's literally the restoration of light and the reintegration of the organism back into its natural luminous matrix. Let's shift our pacing a bit to an analytical tone for Section 2, the mechanisms of visualization, engaging the biofield. Here, we'll look at the actual mechanics of how this works. Now, this brilliantly illustrates the text's multi-layered claims, giving us a really structured way to understand how focused intention actually alters reality. In this context, visualization is way more than just a quaint psychological exercise. It operates through 3 interwoven mechanisms. First, neurological. Focused imagery activates brain regions that generate real electromagnetic and hormonal shifts. Second, electromagnetic. Coherent mental imagery actually alters the physical structure of your personal biofield. And third, quantum. Focused intention literally interfaces with a zero-point field to collapse probabilities towards your desired outcomes. But here is the catch. One does not merely wish for coherence, one becomes the resonant pattern of coherence. The author is super clear here. To be effective, visualization must be deeply embodied and felt as an experiential reality, not just some idle fantasy. The field responds to resonance, not to pleading. You don't just think about health, you actually have to inhabit the vibration of it. Moving on to our third section, practicing photonic healing, Gerber's technique. Let's see how you can actually put this theory into practice. Richard Gerber provides a really specific 5-step visualization sequence for turning this abstract energy into actionable bodily healing. Step 1, you enter a meditative state of deep relaxation. Step 2, visualize luminous energy, maybe golden, white, or violet light, descending into your body. Step 3, naturally flow that light into your heart, expanding it outward. Step 4, inhale and exhale to create a toroidal field, which is a self-sustaining energy field of coherence. And finally, Step 5, consciously bathe any areas of illness in this light with deep gratitude. Now, while internal visualization is obviously very powerful, the text notes you can actually pair it with external light augmentations, things like therapeutic lasers, full-spectrum light therapies, or color therapies. Because these interact directly with your biofield, combining your internal visualization with this external light exposure creates a stabilizing feedback loop of cellular coherence that can accelerate healing. And that brings us to Section 4, the cosmic connection, a radiant sea of existence. We're zooming all the way out from the microscopic cellular level to the vast cosmic philosophy presented at the end of the text. The source builds up to this absolutely incredible realization. You are a node in a vast, singing web of photonic exchanges. Consciously working with light isn't just about fixing a localized physical ailment. It reconnects you directly to the cosmos. The body is absolutely not an isolated machine. It's a standing wave in a radiant sea of existence. Every cell of your body listens to light. I absolutely love the rhythmic, poetic repetition the text uses here. When you bathe your cells in light, you are awakening an inherent, profound memory stored deep within them, an inherent memory of wholeness. Every cell listens. And this brings us to a stunning, macrocosmic perspective. Every fiber of your being is woven from the breath of stars. This brilliantly illustrates the idea that the primal radiance of the universe is permanently coded within your human form. Because of this, when you visualize healing, you aren't just asking for a miracle, you are performing one. You are light singing itself into form. It's a beautiful final realization from the text, reminding us that we are not merely flesh wrapped around emptiness. We are sovereign, radiant beings. And the more you remember this truth, the more your body listens. Which brings us to a final provocative question to wrap up this explainer. If your body's true architecture is vibrational, what happens when you fully awaken the radiant codes within? Your own luminous life is waiting to be explored. Keep learning, keep visualizing, and thank you so much for joining me to unpack this fascinating architecture of light today.
Thank you for watching. If something in this resonated with you, then you're already closer than you think. If you're ready to go deeper, there's a link below to my book, Quantum Healing Codes: Unlock the New Science of Self-Rejuvenation. This isn't theory, it's a framework you can actually use. Tap the link below and step into it.